Hi everyone, today I'll be walking you through our newest tool, the Patient List Generator. This tool allows you to create and export customized lists of your patients based on dozens of different criteria, so you can easily identify who you want to reach for your next campaign or recall effort. First, let me start by showing you where you can get there in MVP. From anywhere in MVP, go ahead and click on the Data Through button, and you'll see the Patient List Generator right under My MVP dashboards. Go ahead and give that a click, and it will take you right to the Patient List Generator. I'll start by walking you through each step of producing a list, and then we'll run through a couple of example scenarios together. First, you'll navigate to either the Hearing User, Tested Not Treated, or the Miscellaneous tab, based on the type of list you're trying to produce. The Hearing Aid Users tab will pull lists for only patients in your database that have hearing aids, while the Tested Not Treated tab will be where you can pull lists for non-hearing aid users that have come in for an opportunity appointment at some point in the past. The Miscellaneous tab will allow you to pull lists from your entire database using various parameters. Once you've established the type of list you'd like to generate, you will start at step 1, where you will choose the filters that define which patients you want to include in your list. You can start by filtering by last purchase date or last completed appointment. For example, if you want to target patients who purchased before, on, or after, or between a certain date, or who haven't had an appointment since a certain time, you can enter those dates here. Just be sure to follow the date format suggested above. You can start by selecting the types of hearing aid users: private pay, third party, or unknown. Unknown is going to include patients who have a hearing aid associated with their record, but they don't have sales data indicating whether it was private pay or third party. You can select one or multiple at the same time. The next filter available is the patient status filter, where you can decide if you want to include just active patients or also patients that are archived or deceased. You can also filter by mail, email, or call status, for instance, including only patients who are okay to mail and email and call, ensuring that our campaigns remain compliant and properly targeted. To narrow your list even further, you can set a patient age range or adjust the ASP range if you want to focus on specific groups, such as higher ASP patients for premium upgrade campaigns. You can adjust the range by using the sliders or by entering numbers directly into the boxes above. On the right-hand side, you'll find additional drop-down filters for criteria like referral source, tags, manufacturer, hearing aid model, technology level, hearing loss level, TPA company, and claim payer. Each option giving you more precision to tailor your list exactly to the types of patients you want to reach. Once you set your filters, move on to step 2, where you can review your campaign counts. This section updates automatically to show you how many records match your selections from the previous filters. For example, if we want to set our last hearing aid purchase date to before January 12th of 2022, I can go ahead and enter that date, press enter, and it will allow me to see how many mail, email, and call counts will come out in my generated list. Below that, you'll also see a breakdown by clinic or by patient type, showing you counts for private pay, third party, or unknown. This makes it easy to double check that your filters are producing the right mix before you move on to step 3. Once you're happy with your selections, you'll head on to step 3, where you can export your patient list. You can generate a mail, email, or call list here, depending on if you are running a database mail campaign, sending out an email blast, or creating a call list for mobile outreach, for example. To export your list, you'll go ahead and select the list you are looking to export. Click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner. Click Export Data. Select Summarize Data. And in the File Format dropdown, select CSV and click Export. If you ever want to start over, you can click Clear All in the bottom left-hand corner to reset all of your filters. Now I'd like to walk through an example of generating a list for a 4+ upgrade mailer. First, you are going to want to make sure that you are in the right tab depending on the type of list that you are looking to generate. Because we are looking to generate a list that will include hearing aid users, I will stay here. What I'd like to do first is go ahead and look at the patient status. And I want to include all of my active patients that are going to be okay to mail, email, and call. From here, I can determine if I only want to be mailing to private pay, third party, or unknown. And in this case, I'll go ahead and select private pay. Since we are going to be looking at hearing aid users who have technology that is at least 4 years or older, I will go ahead and set the last hearing aid purchase date to before November 13th of 2021. When I press enter here, that'll go ahead and spit out the counts for mail, email, and call. If I want to ensure relative recent activity, I might set a last completed appointment date. Maybe I want to make sure that the patients have been in the last 3 years. So I can say the last completed appointment is required to be before November 13th of 2022. And in this case, it'll lower my counts quite a bit. You can leave the other filters such as patient age range, ASP, referral source, and so on if you'd like, or you can continue to filter this list. Once everything looks good in step 2, you'll go ahead and continue on to step 3, where you will export your mail, email, or call list. For this instance, I'll just go ahead and generate a mail list. I'll click the 3 dots in the right-hand corner, export data, summarize data, file format CSV, and click export. My next example is going to be creating a list of tested not treated patients. I'll head over to the tested not treated tab first. And this time we're going to target patients with an opportunity appointment, not necessarily a completed one or a hearing test. So we'll set the last opportunity date to on or after November 13th of 2023. Next, I'm going to make sure that my patient status is active, mail status, email status, and phone status are all okay. From here, I'm going to set a minimum hearing loss level. So I'll go down to the hearing loss level drop down, and I'm going to select all and then deselect unknown, normal, and mild to ensure that I'm only pulling patients that have at least a mild to moderate hearing loss. I might also set my last opportunity appointment type to be hearing aid evaluation only. I can also keep my maximum patient age and the other filters as so. Next step, I'll review my counts above, check that everything looks okay by clinic and patient type, and then I'll go ahead and export my list. Lastly, we'll head to the miscellaneous tab where you can pull lists that will include your entire patient database. You will follow the same steps 1 through 3, establishing campaign parameters, reviewing your campaign counts, and exporting your patients list as you desire. The patient list generator makes it easy to pull exactly the right group of patients for any campaign, whether it's a recall, reactivation effort, or any type of marketing mailer. By customizing your filters, you'll save time, stay organized, and reach the patients who are most likely to respond. Thanks for watching and enjoy using the new patient list generator.